You spray it on without thinking. 30 seconds, done, smell handled. But deodorant as we know it, it's barely 100 years old. For thousands of years before that, humans still had to deal with sweat, body odor, and each other. So what did they actually do? Turns out your ancestors were way more resourceful and way more disgusting than you'd expect. Ancient Egypt was obsessed with smelling good. Perfume wasn't a luxury. It was practically a religious duty. Priests burned incense to the gods every single day. But here's the twist. Egyptians didn't just want to smell nice. They wanted to neutralize odor at the source. So they made scented balls out of crushed carob, frankincense, and animal fat and rubbed them directly into their armpits. That fat-based paste, it's basically the ancestor of your stick deodorant. The Egyptians call their perfume-making process kifi, a whole ritual blend of resins, honey, and wine, used both to worship the gods and to cover up the smell of, well, everyone. Impressive? Sure. But smearing animal fat on your skin in the desert heat comes with its own problems. Rancid fat doesn't exactly smell like roses after a few hours. So who's next? The Greeks, a civilization that turned personal hygiene into a whole philosophy. Wealthy Greeks coated their bodies in olive oil, then scraped it off with a tool called a strigil, dragging away sweat, dirt, and dead skin in one satisfying swipe. No oil? No problem. That's what public bathhouses were for. For odor control specifically, Greeks turned to plants. They tucked sachets of crushed herbs, thyme, mint, even rose petals, into their clothing. Some even rubbed vinegar on their skin, using its acidity to fight bacteria before anyone knew bacteria existed. Clever, right? But there was no daily ritual for most people. Bathing was often a once-a-week event, even for the wealthy. Between baths, you were mostly on your own. Now, here's where it gets surprising. The Vikings, often stereotyped as filthy raiders, were actually obsessive about grooming. Archaeologists have found Viking grooming kits packed with combs, tweezers, ear cleaners, and razors. Vikings bathed at least once a week, more often than most of medieval Europe, and made soap from animal fat and ash called sapa. The word soap literally comes from. For odor between baths, Vikings relied on friction and airflow, vigorous rubbing with dry cloth, and loose-layered clothing that let sweat evaporate instead of trapping it against skin. Why the obsession with cleanliness? Some historians think it doubled as a status symbol. A clean, well-groomed Viking was seen as more attractive, more trustworthy, more likely to win favor in a raid or a marriage. So the next time you spray on deodorant in 30 seconds flat, remember, you're standing on the shoulders of thousands of years of trial and error. Fat balls in Egypt, oil scrapers in Greece, soap recipes from the Vikings. Every civilization fought the same battle you're fighting right now. They just didn't have a spray can. Your ancestors didn't have deodorant. They just refused to smell like it.